Thank you for your interest in our upcoming class. This is an unscripted video Patrick and I put together this morning. That would be a little bit more fun than another web page. My name is Tammy Rieke and I'm a CPA. I have over 7 years of accounting experience, and this is my partner, Patrick Sanders.
Thank you, Tammy. And thank you guys for actually coming to our page. We're pretty excited about this upcoming class on July 21st. It'll be the first one that Tammy and I have done together. And really the reason we decided to do the class is because Tammy and I both have a passion for helping other people. We actually met at church.
We did. I am the accountant at church, and I also have taught Sunday school before, and I volunteer at my kids' school, and I volunteered at the Boulder Valley Humane Society.
And she's being very modest. She's a stellar accountant. She saved the church because she's come. I'm the treasurer on the board, and thank you so much for that. But anyway, back to this class coming up on the 21st. We came up with Win-Win Real Estate Solutions. That's our company. Tammy knew that I'd been involved in real estate for most of my career, although I had taken a hiatus during this recession, and she had a passion about.
My husband and I were both interested in investing in some real estate, and so I approached Patrick. And the more we talked about it, the more we decided it would be good to help a lot of other people. It seems like the banks have gotten bailed out in these times, but people really haven't.
God, that's so well said. And it's so true. And we really, I guess that's it, we want to help other people. And there's so many ways we can do it. People have been hurt by the recession because they've lost their job, can't afford their bills. Really, even on their investments, the stock market investments have gone the wrong direction. But the net of it is a lot of people have ruined their credit. Not intentionally, obviously, but we've come up with a way that we can not only help them buy property, but also to rebuild that credit, because we've teamed up with an old partner of mine, Terry. We'll talk more about Terry in a little bit. But
so that's kind of what this class is about, is one, going over how to buy a home, not using traditional methods like going through the local bank who looks at your credit and needs a certain amount of money down. We've got a lot of different ideas on different ways to work with things, and then we're working with Terry so that during that period, when maybe you're doing like a lease to own option, Terry can help get your credit back up.
And Terry's been again, he's done hundreds of clients for me in the past. In fact, God, I've known Terry since the end of the 1900s. It feels sad to say that, but it's a long time, and Terry rocks at what he does. He's a great guy. But really it's about, when we talk about helping people, if you're renting right now, you're paying somebody else's mortgage.
Yeah. And
you're not building equity. Since in the last 12 months, if you go to Zillow.com, the Denver area, the properties have appreciated 6%, right?
Yeah.
So we're missing out on that if you're renting somewhere else. If you're renting an apartment for $900 a month or $1,000 a month, that could be a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath home.
Right. And right now interest rates are really low as well.
And you can lock those interest rates in. And that's another thing. We'll work with you on how to do that. Terry gave us a number the other day that was really shocking to me.
Yeah.
And that was the $6,000. For somebody that's credit challenged, he could bump the score pretty easily. In fact, he guarantees that he'll bump the score to an agreed upon amount once he sees where you're at. And if he doesn't, obviously the guarantee kicks in. But that, what you're paying now in interest rates, if you have a challenge on your credit report, could cost you $6,000 in 1 year.
In a year.
So it's about bumping your score up enough to get rid of those exorbitant costs.
Yeah.
And of course, build equity in your property. So Tammy mentioned a minute ago that if you're credit challenged, we don't look at the report. What we'll do is, if you have some cash, we'll get you in a house, we'll get you on the program. In fact, Tammy and I have come up with a way of actually covering that cost for you, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, so for attending the class, we are going to give you a certificate, good for a session with Terry. Well, more than, I guess, a session. It is his package where he will help you up your credit score.
Yeah. He'll rebuild the credit, help you do that. He'll put you on a program, and that's where his guarantee kicks in.
Right. And that program is valued at $249 per person or $324 per couple.
Yeah.
And that's good once you close on a house with us.
So we'll give you the certificate when you graduate from this class on Saturday. It's worth up to, what did you say,
$24.
$324. It's good for 12 months. Typically, it takes Terry somewhere between 60 days to 6 months, depending on what needs to be rebuilt on the credit.
And Terry's going to throw in a 6-month warranty for identity fraud.
Yeah, identity fraud. And that's a big thing on the internet today. Terry has all kinds of certifications, a credit coach and a credit counselor and a financial kind of guy, and identity theft, and even the whole bankruptcy thing he just got certified in. This is kind of like why we love him and we love the team that we put together.
He is certified to file bankruptcies for people if that is what they decide is the best route for them. And bankruptcies attorneys will charge as much as $1,500 or more, and he'll do it, I think, for like $300.
Yeah.
I mean, he just knows that people in that situation do not have $1,500 to throw around, and he really wants to help people.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun class. We're planning on about 2 hours for the class. No kids at the class, just because we want to get through the material of the class. You can either bring a credit report with you, or we can run one when you're there. We'll put, again, a place to get a free credit report on the bottom of the screen here. And that way we can analyze the credit report for you. That's all part of the class.
And we just want to make sure this is the first time we're doing this. We want to make sure how many people we are expecting. So we are asking for $19.95 per person or $29.95 per person to reserve your spot.
No, $29.95 per couple.
Oh, per couple.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, to reserve your spot if you reserve by July 16th. And then we may have room at the door, and if so, it'll be $29.95 per person or $39.95 per couple.
It just bumps it up because then their catering staff, we're going to have, coffee, juice, probably croissants or whatever they have, some snacks for breakfast there. So we need to know for the hotel's purpose for that. So in recap, they're going to learn how they can buy a house now with no credit, or credit is challenged, as long as they have cash.
Right.
They're going to learn how to buy a property or to find a property that we might want to buy, and then make a commission.
And they can earn some money, yes.
Towards the down payment. So if you don't have any money, come to the class and learn how to buy the property, and then, of course, you can start saving that money.
Right, and that's your money to put and use as you want. I mean, if you want to use it for a down payment, that's great, but if you want to use it for
a vacation this year.
A trip to Disney World.
That's good. And then the credit stuff that Terry's going to do. I mean, he's stellar at what he does. So it'll be a very impactful 2 hours. If you have questions, there's a phone number there at the bottom of the screen. Feel free to call Tammy or I on that phone number. Anything else today, Tammy?
I think that's it. We look forward to seeing you.
21st, 10 a.m., Doubletree, Stapleton. See you then. Thanks.